Hello and welcome to today's video on the art of the tennis lob shot, how to perfect your technique. Tennis is a sport that requires a diverse set of skills, including power, accuracy, and finesse. And one of the most important shots in a tennis player's arsenal is the lob shot. The lob shot is a high-arcing shot that can be used to gain an advantage over your opponent and to force them to move back and play defensively. It's a shot that requires a combination of skill, technique, and strategy, and mastering it can help you take your game to the next level. In this video, we will explore the different techniques, tactics, and strategies that you can use to perfect your lob shot. We'll cover everything from the basics of the shot, such as footwork and grip, to more advanced techniques, such as the different variations of the lob shot. We'll also look at the different situations where the lob shot can be used effectively, and how to incorporate it into your game plan. Whether you're a beginner looking to learn the basics of the lob shot, or an advanced player looking to take your game to the next level, this video has something for everyone. So sit back, relax, and get ready to perfect your tennis lob shot technique. Section 1. Understanding the lob shot. The lob shot is a high-arcing shot that is played over your opponent's head and lands deep in their court, giving you time to recover or set up for your next shot. The lob can be used as an offensive weapon or as a defensive tactic, depending on the situation. To hit an effective lob, you need to use the correct technique. First, you should approach the ball with a neutral stance, with your feet shoulder-width apart, and your weight evenly distributed. As you swing your racket, you should use a full upward motion, starting from low to high, and brush up the back of the ball to generate spin and height. Section 2. Mastering the lob shot technique. The lob shot is an essential shot in tennis, and mastering its technique is crucial to becoming a well-rounded player. In this section, we'll take a closer look at the different components of the lob shot technique, including grip, footwork, and swing. Grip. The first step in mastering the lob shot technique is to ensure that you have the correct grip. For most players, the continental grip is the preferred grip for hitting the lob shot. To achieve this grip, hold the racket with your non-dominant hand and place your dominant hand on the grip with the V-shaped gap between your thumb and index finger pointing towards the upper right quadrant of the racket face. Footwork. Footwork is another critical component of the lob shot technique. The key to a successful lob shot is to position yourself correctly and be in balance when you make contact with the ball. When hitting a lob shot, you should be moving backward and to the side, with your non-dominant foot leading the way. It's important to keep your feet shoulder-width apart and your knees slightly bent to maintain balance and generate power. When hitting the lob shot, be sure to transfer your weight from your back foot to your front foot as you swing. Swing. The swing is perhaps the most important component of the lob shot technique. When hitting a lob shot, you should use a full swing to generate power and spin. Start by positioning yourself behind the ball and keeping your racket head slightly below the ball. As you swing upwards, use a windshield wiper motion to generate topspin and increase the ball's height. Be sure to follow through with your swing and keep your eyes on the ball throughout the entire motion. Section 3. When to use the lob shot. Knowing when to use the lob shot is just as important as mastering the technique itself. In this section, we'll take a closer look at some common situations where the lob shot can be an effective strategy. 1. When your opponent is at the net. One of the most common situations where the lob shot can be effective is when your opponent is at the net. By hitting a lob shot over their head, you can force them to retreat and give you time to get back into position on the court. It can also be an effective way to create an opening in the court, allowing you to hit a passing shot or an approach shot. When hitting a lob shot over your opponent's head, be sure to aim for the corners of the court. This will make it harder for them to reach the ball and give you a better chance of winning the point. 2. When you are out of position. Another situation where the lob shot can be effective is when you are out of position on the court. If you find yourself behind the baseline or running backwards, hitting a lob shot can give you time to get back into position and regain control of the point. When hitting a defensive lob, aim to hit the ball high and deep to the back of the court. This will give you time to recover and put your opponent on the defensive. 3. When your opponent is fast and aggressive. If you're facing an opponent who is fast and aggressive, hitting a few well-placed lob shots can throw off their rhythm and force them to play more defensively. By hitting the ball over their head, you can force them to retreat and give you time to set up your shots. 4. When you want to change the pace of the game. Another reason to use the lob shot is to change the pace of the game. If you've been playing a lot of fast-paced shots, hitting a few well-placed lob shots can catch your opponent off guard and force them to adjust their game. When hitting an offensive lob, aim to hit the ball high and with some spin. This will give you time to get to the net and put your opponent on the defensive. Section 4. Lob Shot Variations. While the basic lob shot technique is essential for any tennis player to master, there are also several variations of the lob shot that can be useful in different situations. In this section, we'll explore some of the most common lob shot variations and how to use them effectively. 1. Topspin Lob. The topspin lob is a variation of the lob shot that adds topspin to the ball, causing it to dip sharply as it crosses the net. This can make it harder for your opponent to time their approach to the net and can give you more time to get into position. To hit a topspin lob, use a more open racket face and brush up on the ball at the point of contact. The topspin lob can be particularly effective when you're facing an opponent who likes to come to the net frequently. By adding topspin, you can make it harder for them to execute a volley and force them to retreat to the baseline. 2. Slice Lob. The slice lob is another variation of the lob shot that involves hitting the ball with a slice, causing it to spin and bounce low as it crosses the net. This can be a particularly effective strategy when your opponent is at the net, as the low bounce can make it difficult for them to execute a volley. To hit a slice lob, use a more closed racket face and slice down on the ball at the point of contact. Be sure to aim for the corners of the court to make it harder for your opponent to reach the ball. 3. Running Lob. The running lob is a variation of the lob shot that can be useful when you find yourself on the run and out of position. By hitting a running lob, you can give yourself more time to get back into position and regain control of the point. To hit a running lob, take a few quick steps to get into position and hit the ball with an upward swing. Be sure to aim for the open court to make it harder for your opponent to reach the ball. 4. Drop Shot Lob. The drop shot lob is a variation of the lob shot that can catch your opponent off guard. By hitting a drop shot followed by a lob, you can force your opponent to run to the net and then retreat to the baseline. To hit a drop shot lob, use a shorter backswing and hit the ball with a soft touch. Then, quickly transition to a lob shot, aiming for the open court to catch your opponent off guard. Section 5. Practice Drills. Practice makes perfect, and to improve your lob shot technique, you need to incorporate specific drills into your training routine. Here are some drills you can use. 1. Target practice. Set up targets on the court such as cones or buckets, and practice hitting your lob shots to these targets. This will help you improve your accuracy and control. 2. Shadow swinging. This is a technique where you practice your swings without hitting a ball. Stand in front of a mirror or a wall and practice your lob shot technique. This will help you refine your technique and improve your muscle memory. 3. Point play. Play points with a partner or against a wall, and focus on incorporating your lob shots into your game. This will help you develop a better understanding of when to use the lob shot and how to use it effectively. 4. Interval training. Incorporate interval training into your practice routine, where you alternate between hitting high-intensity shots and practicing your lob shots. This will help you develop your stamina and endurance while also improving your lob shot technique. In conclusion, mastering the art of the tennis lob shot can be a game-changer for any tennis player. By focusing on the correct technique, knowing when to use the lob shot, and incorporating different variations and practice drills into your training routine, you can perfect your lob shot and gain a competitive edge on the court. So practice, practice, and practice some more, and soon you will be hitting perfect lob shots every time. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this video helpful.